Hi, my name is Mina. I'm currently in school to become a mental health therapist. I take everything that I've learned from psychology and my own life experience and condense it in one video so that it may be helpful for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to build more confidence, how to be more confident in any situation in your life. There are two systems, so stick around, it will be helpful. So the first system is external behaviors, but more importantly, I forgot to write here, is external micro behaviors. So micro behaviors simply means things that your consciousness can't catch. So it's little tiny behaviors that you're not aware of on the surface level. It exists on the subconscious level. So let's just get into it. The first one is posture. Posture is so important. Posture is one of the things that you and I both judge whether we know it or not. So make sure when you're sitting down, when you're standing up, you're practicing good posture. Same thing in the animal kingdom. If you look at animals, let's say an animal is limping, it's not walking properly. It's normally the first one to get eaten because posture tells a lot about your health and your activity levels and if you can fend off prey. So posture is something to definitely keep in mind here. Number two is tone. So the tone of your voice is another key micro behavior that people pick up on. So let me give you an example. If I came on camera and I said to you, "Hi, my name is Mina and I'm currently in graduate school and I love taking what I learned. How does that sound to you?" So every last word, you could hear my pitch going up. "Hi, my name is Mina and I'm currently in graduate school." It goes up. And when things go up, it's usually a question, which means you're not really certain about what you're saying. Always make sure the last word, your tone slightly goes down. For example, "Hi, my name is Mina. I'm currently in graduate school to become a mental health therapist." Do you see how my tone kind of slightly, ever so slightly goes down? This makes a huge difference with your confidence and how people perceive you. So the third one is rhythm. Rhythm simply means that you keep your daily pace, whether someone is trying to speed you up or trying to slow you down. Keeping your rhythm, not allowing people's anxiety to become your anxiety, not allowing someone's anger to become your anger. This is something I had a hard time learning because I grew up in a very violent home. So I would always be walking on eggshells, and whatever my family's rhythm would be, it would become my rhythm. I had to learn to keep my own rhythm, my own pace, regardless of the situation that was going around me. So number three is rhythm. Keep your pace. So number four on how to become more confident is to understand the importance of silence. So many things happen in our lives, good, bad. So many external things will ask you for a reaction in your life. But let me tell you this, not everything needs a reaction. Some things are just fine with silence. When we talk about silence, we have to understand one thing. Our words are like money, they're currency. So whatever we talk about needs to hold some weight, needs to hold some value. Now, this doesn't go for everything. Sometimes you need to have small talk in order to gain trust with certain people and become friends and stuff like this. But a lot of the times people will try to fill the silence because they're uncomfortable. Learning how to be comfortable with silence, understanding that this is actually doing something. And it's not nothing happening, it's doing something. And learning how to utilize silence will help you to become more confident. So I added an extra one, which is eye contact. It's so important to have eye contact with people. When you walk into the classroom, when you walk into a boardroom, when you walk on a bus, when you go on a train, wherever you are, you enter that place with the mindset that everyone is looking forward to seeing you. You walk into that place imagining that everyone is happy to see you, whether it's true or not. This is what you put in your mind. So you go in, you put a smile on, you make eye contact with a few people, and then you take a seat. So eye contact is another micro behavior that helps you to build more confidence. So wrapping the first system up, make sure to have good posture, stand up straight, take up the space that you need. Make sure your tone of voice, if it's a statement, make sure it sounds like one. If it's a question, make sure it sounds like one. Your rhythm. Do not let other people disrupt your rhythm, unless, of course, it's an emergency. That's different. And lastly, silence. Utilize silence. Be comfortable with silence. Your words are currency. Do not just speak empty words all the time. Use silence. And last but not least, make eye contact. Make eye contact when you're walking by somebody. Just smile with your eyes. You don't have to say anything all the time. Just learn how to make eye contact because your eyes are the window to your soul. So the second system we're going to talk about today is internal regulation. Internal regulation plays more of a larger role in how to be more confident and how to build true confidence. Okay, so let's get started. So the first one is adversity. And what I mean by adversity is either trauma or obstacles. Now, these are both different. Either way, adversity means you are dealing with something difficult in your life. If you've never overcame obstacles in your life, there is no reason for you to be confident. Because one of the main ingredients of confidence is understanding that even if you fall, you have the skill to get back up and keep going. Now, adversity offers you that. And this is actually one of my favorite ones because everyone on this planet goes through something difficult in their lives. So when I say obstacles, I mean going for your first job interview, trying to make a new friend. These daily occurrences, these daily things that we need to overcome. These small things, right? So if you've been through anything traumatic in your life, abuse, neglect, you have the potential to develop real self-confidence. The type of confidence that is like a rock, it won't move. So when I think about trauma, I see potential. It's easy to say I've been traumatized, I'm weak, I'm a victim. But when I think of my own traumatic experiences, I see strength, I see potential. I think of a tree. So when you look at a tree, oftentimes we only see up to this part. I don't know if you guys could see it, but if you look underground, if you dig, you'll see a bunch of roots going down. But this is underground. You can't really see it. And oftentimes, the size of the tree won't tell you the roots. The tree could be small and have the deepest roots. The deeper the roots, when a storm comes, the tree does not get knocked down. And it's funny because I don't know if you guys ever seen a storm where trees are knocked down. A lot of the big trees get knocked down. And then sometimes you'll see the little trees are still standing. And the reason is, it's the roots. So the question here is, how do we take our traumatic experiences, turn it into deeper roots, which translate to self-confidence, real confidence? Take a piece of paper, write that traumatic experience, but that's not all. I want you to detail every part of it. It's painful, it's a painful process. I want you to detail every part of it, and then at the end, I want you to extract the gold from that experience. What has that experience taught you about human behavior? What wisdom has that experience given to you? Now, you may be thinking, what if I was sexually abused? What if I was neglected? And I totally understand. It's hard to see the light in that type of darkness. But even Viktor Frankl, I'm not sure if you guys know Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was in the Holocaust and he was in internment camps. Out of everything that he's been through in those camps, he realized that people need meaning and purpose to keep them going. This is so powerful. This is the gold that Viktor Frankl extracted from his experience. Now I want you to ask yourself, think back to a traumatic experience in your life. Have you extracted the gold from that experience? And oftentimes that gold is what gives us deeper roots. It allows us to remember that, oh my goodness, I went through that and I survived and I got the gold from that experience. This makes your roots much, much more deeper than anything else. Much deeper than micro behavior, much deeper than working out. This is true confidence. That's where true confidence comes from. So trauma and obstacles. Assess the gold that's buried in your trauma. Look for the gold that's in your obstacles. Adversity is what builds you inside. When you're building a house, it's the base layer of the house. Okay, so number 2 is meaning and purpose. And this may come through examining your traumatic memories. This may come through looking at the things you've been through in your life that were very tough. You need meaning. You need purpose. Now, when I talk about meaning, I'm not talking about career, what you do to earn money. I'm talking about what is the meaning of your life? Where do you put your purpose? What are you going toward? Because people need to be going towards something, right? They need to go from point A to point B. When there is no movement in your life, you're not building towards anything. So confidence is not just going to come out of nowhere. Confidence is also a muscle. When you're moving towards something, this gives you clarity. This gives you confidence. So knowing your meaning and your purpose. Your meaning can come from if you believe in God. What do you believe is the meaning of your existence? Your purpose. Why are you here? Right? What did your adversity, your trauma, your obstacles teach you about your purpose? Because everyone is different. What touches your heart? What puts fire in your soul? This is your purpose. So when we have a clear meaning and have clear purpose, our feet are more solid on the ground. We know where we're going. We have meaning and purpose in our lives. We know that no matter what comes our way, we will overcome it because we've done it before and we've extracted the gold from it before. Okay, so number 3 is the buffer system. For this one, I'm just going to turn to a new page and draw it out for you guys. So now we're talking about buffer systems. This is you in the world. This is you wherever you go. This is the core you. To build self-confidence, to have self-confidence, you need to develop buffer systems. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you're young, depending on what type of home environment you've had, your parents are actually supposed to be the first buffer system. They help you to develop your first line of buffer. So this is the first line, the first buffer. This is anyone that has raised you. They help you to develop this buffer system. It's the closest to your core. Now, the second buffer system is what you develop as a buffer system. Okay, so your first line of buffer are your parents or whoever has raised you. For example, I was raised by my grandmother. She was an immigrant. She worked very hard to make ends meet. She did her absolute best. Now, even though she wouldn't come home till 8 p.m. and I would come home from school to an empty house, it was tough. She always told me, you'll be great. You'll be amazing. You are gonna do great in this world. You have a purpose. She created the first buffer. So buffer basically means the concept that another person places in you. It's basically your computer system. What system do you run on? Now, as you grow up and you develop your frontal lobe, you go through experiences, you learn from your experiences, you start to develop your second buffer. The second buffer is what you think about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? Are you proud of the way you've lived your life? Are you proud of how far you've came despite everything? This is your second buffer. So it's more of your self-belief. Now, these buffers are so important in the realm of self-confidence. Why? Because the world will throw you all types of remarks. The world will try to break you. You're not skinny enough. You don't make enough money. You're a loser. You have no friends. Who do you think you are? All these things the world will throw at you. So you need to develop healthy buffers. Let's say you had an abusive, neglectful childhood. And let's say this first buffer is full of words like, you're nothing, you can't do it, and all these curse words. Maybe you shouldn't exist. All these things. This is the time to rewrite this first buffer. Now that you've grown older, now that you understand that you've had a difficult childhood, you need to rewrite this buffer. You need to create a new buffer. So we do this by taking what we believe in ourselves now. I'm strong. I can overcome this. It doesn't matter what I've been through. I have the strength and the courage to keep moving forward. I believe in myself and my abilities. I have come far. So we take these ideas, which is your buffer now, you create these beliefs about yourself, and you create a bigger buffer, only yours. No longer does it matter what your parents told you when you were younger, or what whoever raised you told you when you were younger, or what happened to you. You create the new buffer. You create a system so that when the world tries to tell you you're not good enough, you tell them, no, thank you. I am good enough. I have value and I'm meant to be right where I am. So your buffer system is so important. Okay, so the last one is self-trust. Self-trust goes back to adversity, finding your meaning and purpose, your buffer system. Learning to trust where you are is exactly where you need to be. And knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, and having clarity on your meaning and purpose, it's to get comfortable with doing things that are uncomfortable, knowing you're going to survive. Self-trust means that even if people do not believe in you, you tell yourself, I believe in me. And that's what's most important. Self-trust will keep you going. It'll keep you confident. So these two things, external micro behaviors and internal regulation, play a huge part in your development of self-confidence. So if you love learning practical strategies to improve your life using psychology, make sure to subscribe. Check out my other video on how to control your emotions. God bless and take care.